What's good? We here. This is you wanna get started? You wanna like warm up? You wanna do like a pregame? What you wanna do? You wanna jump right into it, Arthur?
Yeah, because I don't know much about him, so I'm gonna let him, inform me up.
Okay,
It's all
cool,
good, man. I'm
cool.
still trying to figure that out for myself. Shit.
Let's
So,
go. This is episode 18 of Figuring Shit Out. This is gonna be a good one today. We have Rich Native Beats, aka Marcus Richardson, aka Voices of Fire choir member. We gonna jump into that, but before we do that, you know who I am, Bunee Flacs here. You know my websites. We got King Arthur in the building.
What up? Y'all know what time it is. Goddamn, our website's right here. Y'all see the background. Goddamn, I like your name with what'd you call it? Rich Beats
Rich
Fire?
Native Beats.
Rich Native Beats.
Rich Native Beats. I like that. It got a nice little ring to it.
Yeah.
Last name's Richardson, full-blood Native American, and I make beats.
Boom. Rich
Easiest way to
Native.
put it.
And I am a future client, aka I might be visiting back the music game, but we gonna see. So
It's happening. It's a gift.
yes, we already had conversations. I've been inspired. My wife's been inspired. It's just this thing when music, bro. It like if you're a music head, you do it every now and then. You know, if you don't take it serious or you know you don't dive in, and but then you stop and it comes back, and it's like this thing that just never lets you fucking go. But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna
That's
get
life.
into it. For
And I
sure.
always say my dad gave me everything but rhythm, dog.
Stop. No, that's not true.
I don't believe that for a minute, bro.
I don't either. I don't. But this is gonna be a good one. We got, bro. You are inspiring. You're motivational. You have a story. You've been on the Netflix special Voices of Fire. Like, I'm sure you probably talked a lot about this, but like we're not gonna touch on it too much. But we do want to touch a little bit of base. Give the people, for those who don't know, give us a little background about yourself, and then where you been, and then where you are currently right now.
Honestly, born and raised here, Virginia Beach. Moved away for a while, came back after high school. Dabbled in some community theater and some a cappella groups here locally. Just things to stay in the music scene. Here recently, as you guys already talked about there, I did Audition and was a part of Voices of Fire, Pharrell's Netflix special there, which is pretty cool.
Definitely.
I kind of compare that to like making the band meet Sister Act, the whole thing, and running the audition process to form the most inspirational gospel choir, that you've ever seen there. So that was probably one of the high points there, as far as
That was dope, bro. That was dope.
Yeah.
I knew a handful of people, but like to see you up there on the TV, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this is crazy. I didn't even know he was into music like that. You know what I'm saying? I know he was into business and other things, but then to see you up there and then to get to audition in front of Pharrell, sing for him, and then get chosen, and then to go through the whole thing, it was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, man.
Nerve-wracking the whole time there, all the way through, sweating bullets, man. But I enjoyed it.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I was nervous for you, bro. Especially the Chrysler, the last episode, because I could feel it, And I don't even know if it's because I knew you or I know you, but even still, without that, it's like you could feel the anxiety and nerves and like. And I used to perform, right? I performed. We're like 10 years removed from that. I used to always get nervous before a show, before performance. So I understand it, but I can't imagine, how you felt to go through the whole audition thing and to deal with eliminations, like just being there and having people standing next to you getting eliminated, and removed from the choir or whatever. How did you do it, bro? That's the question. Like, did you medicate?
Honestly, man, I have no idea. I just kept telling myself, like, there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're here. You might not know what it is. You might not see it.
Right.
But there's a reason. There's a purpose. They got to see something in you to keep you around. But it was definitely nerve-wracking, man. There's so much talent in that room. Even from the original 5,000 people that auditioned, their video submissions and stuff, man, it was super intimidating. But just had to keep telling myself, man, like, even if today's the last day, if they send you home today, enjoy it. Enjoy every moment that you got to be here. You got to be a part of this, which, not too many people could say that they, could do something like that. So I think that was the big motivational drive. And then, of course, just having a big support system at home, family, my wife, friends, people just kind of motivate me, telling me, man, this is crazy. You got to keep doing this. You got to push. You got to try. And, so I went for it. And like you said, the end of that show, man, I had no idea I was going to have to open up that concert.
You did. And that was just like, yo, he's not only is he singing.
So what was that?
How many people was in the concert?
Altogether, the choir came down to 56 members that made the choir out of the original 5,000 people who auditioned. And we performed for a sold-out audience at Chrysler Hall, which I want to say they seat like 1,500 people.
Yeah, Chrysler Hall. Like Chrysler Hall is a major venue. Yeah, maybe 15. Yeah, but so you said it was, so at the end of that, I thought they were trying to get set like 25 or 75, right? 25 soprano, 25 alto, and all that. So I guess they didn't get the full 75 member.
Nah, that was the ultimate goal there. But of course, life after the show, after the cameras and the TV crews and Netflix and things are gone, a lot of people and just kind of get back to their daily lives. They're going back to their own churches, part of their own choirs and things like that. So it came down to 56 people that made it through everything.
Okay. But y'all did do some touring, right? I know you've been on was it Stephen Colbert, nightlife shows in New York, like y'all did touring and stuff.
Yeah, we did Jimmy Kimmel. We did Stephen Colbert, the Late Show there. We did the Global Citizens Festival in New York City. That was crazy. I never in a million years. Yeah.
What is that?
So basically, it's a free festival, but the only way to get admittance, the only way to get tickets or to be able to show up and see the show, you had to do so many tasks or so many different things within the local community to better the community, whether that was writing letters to senators and things like that, trying to make positive changes. But overall, there were 600,000 people in Central Park. And so we got to perform in front of 600,000 people, which is insane, mind-blowing.
You said 600,000?
600,000 people.
Ooh, that's crazy.
In Times Square, or Central Park, sorry. But
that's crazy. Yeah.
But the craziest thing about all of it, though, is like stepping out on that stage, like, of course, being backstage, the nerves and everything are building up. You're seeing all these other big names and artists. But as soon as we walked out on that stage, the lights came on and music started, man. Like,
then it's action.
It was like you were at home, man. It's crazy. It was crazy. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, Frank, you ever see yourself in front of 600,000 people, bro?
No.
In my imagination, I daydream about that stuff. I think the most what we did, the most we ever did was like the Norva, and the Norva was packed, and I think the Norva can probably fit 1,000 people. So it might have been like 800-900 at the Norva. But shit, that's crazy, bro. That's you know what I'm saying. Yeah. We so my crew, my people, I guess I would say the biggest person we auditioned for, I don't even want to say it's an audition. It was Timbaland, right? We performed in front of Timbaland, but it was nothing like what you did, like person to person. Like he wasn't in the room. It was actually fucking virtual. He was on the fucking screen somewhere in his house in Miami or something, and I don't even, to be honest, he won't even pay attention to us. But you know what I'm saying, that's crazy to be in those spaces, in those rooms with those same people, and to have auditioned and been on the show and it made it through, get handpicked by Pharrell and all that, and that's dope. So what's the status now? Is the choir still a thing, or I mean, people haven't really so they're still putting out music and touring and doing all that stuff?
COVID's kind of made things a lot harder. COVID put a stop to a lot. You watched the show, so we actually signed with RCA Inspiration, with their record label. So we've been working on an album, but like I said, with COVID, they would only let 8 of us in the studio at a time to record.
56 people?
What's that?
56 people?
Yeah,
that's wild.
And that included the choir director, that included the engineers. You could only have 8 people there. So we recorded a couple of songs there. We released one called "Hit the Refresh," So that's out on all streaming platforms and whatnot now.
Okay.
But we're definitely still together, sing at the church every Sunday there at Faith World Ministries off of Azalea Garden Road in Norfolk.
Norfolk, yep.
So every Sunday the choir's there. We perform, sing for the church, and
that's dope.
Yeah.
How long is it? Like, how long does it take to like make a song normally with that many people? I would think it take a couple of days, no, or a longer time.
If you could get them all in the studio, it'd be quicker, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, if we could get all in the studio, it wouldn't be nothing. But because we go through hours and hours of rehearsals and things, going over part to part, and we got a lot of people to play off of. So learning the music and stuff is pretty quick. We've got some amazing people in the choir. Everybody kind of comes together, for the writing. Putting the music together, so everything there goes pretty quick when we can get everybody together and actually lay something down. So
that's dope. I can imagine engineers like having to record, 8 people at a time and then try to bring that together under one composition. But I'm sure they gotta do what they gotta do. So that's what's up. That's dope. So this is Bunee Flacs, one half of the podcast Figuring Shit Out. I want to talk about the blueprint. It's the Build Business Credit in 90 Days by BizPro HQ. It's definitely a dope guide. We all know that business credit is very important when you're starting a business, or maybe you have an existing business and you're trying to get it off the ground. You may not have cash capital, but you need to get some type of working capital. This guide will help you build your business credit in just 90 days. I got it myself. I applied it to a couple of businesses that I have. To be honest, some of the things I was doing already, but then there was a whole other group of things that I had no clue about if it wasn't for this guide. It's got simple steps, very easy to understand, very easy to follow through. It breaks it down, tells you what to do, what not to do. It is definitely a dope asset to have. If you want this guide, go to www.bizprohq.com. It's right there on the homepage. Go ahead and get your copy. Also, on the Figuring Shit Out podcast, we have the CEO and owner of BizPro HQ, Larima Davis. She dropped mad gems about building business credit, starting your own business, and just talking about what her company can do for you. And then hit up the link, get your guide. Thank you guys for your time. Check that out. You are Rich Native Beats. Let's talk about Rich Native Beats. You are a producer. You got your home studio there. What's good? What's good with the beats? I'm trying to get back in. Let me back in.
I got you. But yeah, man, it's just something that I've done here for a while. I want to say since 2016, 2017 timeline when I first got into it. I used to play guitar, piano, drums, the whole nines, and went through an accident, if you will, back in 2008 that kind of prevented a lot of that from happening. So I turned to production, software instruments, getting on the computer and being able to lay things down. I had a couple of friends back in Georgia who kind of pushed me to it. They were into rapping, beat making, and things like that. And I just kind of fell into it by chance and fell in love with it. So,
nice.
But yeah.
So is what's your plan for the production? Like, are you pitching or trying to get placements? Are you working with any local artists in this area, any major artists or any, artists in other areas? Like, how are you trying to get your sound out and trying to grow your production company or your production awareness?
I mean, honestly, I'm not the best at putting myself out there as most people, are. Or
marketing. Yeah, marketing's important.
But I think the biggest thing for me, though, is that, like, I do the production for me. It's something that I enjoy to do, and if somebody hears it or somebody wants to use something or do something together, that's cool. I'm all for it. But I think the hardest part is actually putting it all out there. I make these beats. I sit on them. I listen to them over and over again. I write things to myself. But I got a few people that I work with. A couple of guys back out in Georgia, Corsivo Music, King Kells. I got a couple of tracks with both of them out there. There's some local artists here like Kima Cartier, Matt Milley. They got a couple of beats and things that they've put out, music videos, a couple of tracks with.
Oh, music videos, okay. Word.
Oh yeah. Yep, yep.
Yeah, man.
So
I remember, bro. I used to produce, bro. I was never happy enough to
What
let
is a
anybody.
producer? I'm over here listening to you. I'm like, bro, what does a producer do? Like, what's the difference between a producer and a director and a goddamn songwriter? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
We gonna break it
I'm
down.
trying to figure this shit out, right?
Let's
I
figure this
think
shit out.
I think I think when it comes to like a producer, I mean, you've got different categories. You've got, just a beat maker, somebody who sits down, somebody who puts together a beat, and they can build that, and that's it. Let me sell my beats, let me put them out there. If somebody likes it, they can do what they want to it. But when it comes to like the producer side, you know, a lot of that incorporates your image, your vision for that, talking through with the artist to help come up with a scheme or
Concept,
something
yeah.
and creating that beat, that concept around what it is that you or the artist together are trying to accomplish. You're there for every aspect of that, from the initial idea to making the beat to mixing and mastering and putting it down and coming up with a finished product together as a collective, as opposed to here's a beat, thanks for the check, have fun, do with it what you will.
Right, right. And then
So,
production, there's more to production too. Like you meeting in the studio and working in the studio, like you said, as a producer and an artist, like y'all in there at the same time, your energies exchanging, you're working on the same time, you're coming up with concepts. And artists can have input into the production, and production can have input into the lyrics or whatever. So it's a collaboration, which is pretty dope.
Yeah.
so is the producer like the person who brings the artist, you know what I mean, vision to a tangible thing, right?
Yeah, either just the artist vision, somebody comes in and says, "Hey, here's my concept." The concept is green.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it.
Mm.
This
Okay.
track, I want everything to be about green, whether it's money, whether it's, whatever
Trees,
it is,
right?
trees, everything is green. And you have to take that idea, that vision that they have, and you have to be able to translate that into music, into that feeling, that emotion, whatever it is that they are trying to get out of that or to portray. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot more hands-on. It's a lot more, um, of a full vision coming to light, as opposed to I made a product here and I want to see what you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I used to try to make beats. I was okay. I made some things, and we talking about over 10 years ago, but most people that even know me or knew that I was doing it hasn't heard it because I'm very picky. I know what I like to listen to. I know what I wanted to make and how I wanted it to sound, and I could never get it there. And so nobody heard my shit. I probably got hard drives and USB sticks with old shit. I'll probably try to find them. But like I was telling you earlier, Marcus, it's like I would make something and I'd feel okay about it, and then listen to it the next day, and then that shit is trash to me. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? What is this? What were my
Yeah,
ears
but I,
doing?
You're drinking a Red Bull.
I think that's you. I think that's you in your head, though.
It
And
is.
like I
Yeah.
said, I'm the same way. I make stuff and I'm feeling it in a moment because it's something that I've created.
Right.
So whether it's really hitting or it's not hitting, I'm going to tell myself it's hitting because I'm making this. I'm here in the moment. And then listening back to it, you start thinking about, well, this don't sound like what's on the radio. This don't sound like what I like
The
to
vision.
listen to
Yeah.
or whatnot.
Talk about that. Talk about what he just said. Kind of like when you making something, you kind of getting your own way, and you liking it, but you're not, and you just trying to like. When do you decide to just put it out there and keep it, or go back to the drum board or trash it? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know when you need to just
That's a great
you
question.
got what you got right, and just or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think that there's ever really a finished product. And I guess that's,
Okay.
you being your own worst critic. You're
Hmm.
always going to find something you don't like and you're going to pick it apart. And I think that that's the hardest part about actually putting something out there and saying, hey, here's a product, let me put my name on it and show the world that, like this is a representation of me and my work. It's hard to get to that point where you are 110% proud of what you've got, and like I said, it's something that I struggle with. I'm sitting on probably, I don't know, 15 gigabytes worth of music, hundreds
Wow.
and hundreds of tracks. And some of them
You
are
probably
full
got
beats.
gems in there. Like I would probably listen to be like, yo, I could get on this. I could do something with it. But again, it's like it depends. When you are an artist and you're creating, you are your highest critic. You could be very critical of yourself. my wife produced some things sometimes, when she used to make some things, and I would love it. I'd be like, yo, this is dope. And she would hate it and delete it. And I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's that artist creativity. I mean, we do it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things.
One of my favorite, I think, Jeezy lines, he said, what you waiting on, the whole world waiting on you.
Yeah. That's big, though. That's big. And it's, it's like you said, it's all unique. It's all different. And one thing that I've learned is definitely don't ever hit that delete button. No matter what you do, no matter how good, no matter how bad, don't hit that delete button, because you may feel it in the moment. Tomorrow it may sound like trash, but you may revisit that or come across it again in 6 months and have a whole nother vision for it, or be able to flip that and turn that into something else where it gives that motivation to do something, kind of puts you back in that headspace.
Yeah. And that has happened to me. Like, no lie, that has happened. I don't know about 6 months, but like maybe like a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, I'll listen back to it again, and it kind of, I'm in that space where it was when I first made it. And I'm like, what is this? What is this shit? Why does this keep happening? But I don't know. I may or may not. But music, again, like I said, music is one of those things. Like if you're a music head, and you dabble a little bit, it's like it's gonna come back to you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm in a space now where I may start dabbling.
You should start that.
How do you make music? Like, I've never understood. Like I told you, I'm not the rhythm guy. How do you make music? Like, so is it just like you got a beat and you just start pressing the button and you record the button and add something to it, or is it because you got like a song concept and you start jotting down a couple lines? Like,
I really don't think that there's a right or a wrong answer to that. I mean, sometimes it comes from writing. You may, jot some things down or whatnot, and from that comes a whole concept or an emotion or feeling. Right. But sometimes, just sitting around at work, nothing's going on, and a melody or something just catching your head.
That's the best way.
No matter what it is, yeah.
So, okay, I gotta, because I know you're a very technical person. Like, when you say, how do you make music, are you asking about technically, logistically?
Bro,
are you talking about the computers? Are you talking about
the whole vibe? Like, so I'm talking about the dude. It's a YouTube sensation, dude, DIDNT. The dude was sitting there rapping with a pen and a goddamn fork, and he made something that I listened to 20 years later on his porch. Shit, fire.
It sounds good to you.
And I'm like, how do you even put the words together, get the concept, get the pen, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna spit this shit like this, and he's flawless with the spit, right? I'm like, I done stumbled over saying my name a couple of times. So,
that's a prodigy. Somebody like that that's has a very musical mind that could put something together that fast. That's what I always wanted to be. That's what I thought. That's what I always thought, that one day I could reach that level. And maybe I will. I don't know, but that's just being gifted. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is to me.
Yeah, I mean, being gifted, time, patience. I mean, if it's something that you want to do, it's just putting your mind to it, taking the time to learn, to take in different ways, different methods from other artists and things that you listen to or kind of aspire to be.
Right.
But I think it does come with time. Like you said, I mean, talent is definitely a big part of it. If you're tone deaf and you can't write and whatever, I mean, there's a lot of things that can be obstacles that do play against you. Right. But if it's something that you're really interested in, I mean, find the part that does come easy to you and build off of that.
Right.
So building on your strengths. All right.
Yeah. So with me and my crew back in the day, like, out of all of us, they were definitely more musically gifted than me. And in production, I had a producer, and we had rappers and all that, and a singer. And so it was almost like I was the less musically talented out of everybody. So it kind of just ended up me being the manager and me focusing on the business part. So that's kind of what I turned into, right? They called me Latin Diddy back in the day, because I was booking shows and doing the logistics and business processes, and I was basically doing everything else besides really making music. But I was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Which is when you talk about the business part of the music industry, it is important too. You could be gifted and can rap and sing and make music, but then there's no business aspect. I mean, if you're trying to get out there, if you're not doing the business part of it, it's kind of like, okay, your friends are going to hear it, your family might hear it, but it won't move from there, unless you turn into a viral sensation or whatever. But So for me back then, it was like, okay, I'm gonna do the business portions of it. I'm good at that. It was fun to do at the same time, and at the same time, I was involved in making music with my friends. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like back then. Now I got this bug, like I want to write. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why Marcus, I asked you for some stuff. I'm feeling like I want to write and just try to create something. If not, you know, to make full on compositions, but just to fuck around with the podcast. You know, maybe do a new intro or an outro or a commercial or something, just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just to be creative and just to like tap back into that side of me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. You know what I mean?
No, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah,
it's happening. It's happening.
We can do that. My wife too, man. She's the same. She's like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna do it. King Arthur, the New York Undercover intro. I'm telling you, we're gonna have to shoot that shit. We're gonna shoot the running scenes. We're gonna shoot all that shit.
Man, he cannot wait to put them Timbs on, dog.
No, you can't run with Timbs. I ain't gonna run with the Timbs. I'm gonna put on some sneakers or something. But yeah, man. So that's what's up. But yeah, like, so you're a producer now. You know what I'm saying? You still with the choir. That's dope. Let's see. How are you? So do you have a business side of things? Are you just focused on artistry and creation now? Or will you get to a point where you're going to focus on business or try to find business partners that can like push you further? Or are you just doing this for the love of it right now?
I mean, right now, I just do it for the love of it. To be honest, music is a release. You know, I work the 9 to 5 or 9 to 9, whatever the case may be. You know, so having music and having that creative, you know, aspect of my life there just kind of gives me that breakdown. Let me decompress from the day. Let me get all the stress and the BS out of my mind, and you know, just releases it. I get lost in the music. So for right now, it's just, you know, something fun that I enjoy to do. You know, people from the choir, I've got some other people here in the area that'll come through from time to time, and we just vibe together, whether we actually create a finished product and put something out, or just do it to have some fun here sitting in the studio and be together, bounce ideas off. You know, it's just a big decompression thing for me at the moment. I have been in cahoots and talking with another producer here in the area, Rothstein Beats with Casino Gang Records.
Okay.
Big name out here in the area. He's making big moves right now.
Okay, I'm so out of touch. I'm so out of touch with the people that's doing stuff nowadays. Like the people I know were around 10 years ago. Some of them are still doing it, but a lot of them are not. But I have no idea. I got to get back on the scene out in this you know, in this area. But yeah, maybe I can get intros. You could introduce me to some people because I don't know nobody. At least anybody doing nothing right now. I mean, shout out to Gifted Hands. I'm wearing the shirt. Why not start? He's about to drop this video. So you can see I went to his music video shoot, got acquainted or whatever. So I'm trying to get back into the fray of things, you know. Plus, we got the podcast, so it'll be dope to bring artists on the podcast. In the beginning, we used to have a music break where like 30 minutes into the show.
You two were some haters.
Right. We would pick a song from somebody local around here. You know, put up the music video, play it. It was dope. I liked the feel of it. It kind of like was like an act, like act 1, act 2, and then there was a break in the middle. But goddamn, Facebook and YouTube and all this copyright bullshit. It was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
That shit up.
Yeah.
Made it tough. Made it hard for you.
Yeah, we try to pick songs that you know, that aren't, you know, local people. So like there are chances they may have not registered or whatever. But for the few that did, that's fine. And I asked them too. You know what I'm saying? I asked you beforehand, like, hey, can we use it? They were fine with it. But the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, they were just like, nope, this ain't yours. And even if we still get the fucking copyright shit, even with just voices now. I don't know who the fuck is doing it or what the fuck's happening. It doesn't even matter.
That's
right.
crazy.
It's like it's an hour-long thing of dialogue. We just fucking talking. Copyright hit. Somebody this owns somebody. That's like, what are you talking about? Who owns my voice? I own my voice. But yeah, there's always.
The Navy still got a contract on you?
Navy?
Yeah, the military still got a contract on you? You were in the military?
I was. No, I've been out.
Okay, you sure? You only got the property of, right?
No. I've been out. I've been out since 06, bro. I'm good. That's like 14, 15 years ago.
They come to get their goddamn property.
Yep.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Nah.
When you need a quick cut, yet you're tired of waiting in crowded barbershops or beauty salons, then download the Cuddy app for the fastest and most convenient way to connect with a professional hair care provider. We offer an on-demand service of mobile professionals ready to provide you with a fresh cut or new hairdo. Why is Cuddy app so great? It saves you tons of time, and it also helps many hair care professionals still experiencing a loss of income from COVID. This app is the best option for whether you're new to the area, if you're unable to travel, running late for appointments, etc. Whatever the reason may be, you can count on Cuddy app to provide you with the convenience you need from a long list of professionals. Download the Cuddy app today.
So Marcus, you said you doing it for the love, right? We didn't ask you early in the show, right? So what was your figuring shit out moment when you figured out like music was your thing? You know what I mean? Like,
man, that's a tough one. I've been singing since I was in like third grade and you know, chorus and stuff in school, and it was just something that I like to do. Like I said, I think I found the release in that early on, and it was just something that I like doing. Even now, I don't like the sound of my voice. Bro, I can't stand it. I'll record it. It's just like when you hear yourself on the phone. You hear a voicemail that you left for somebody, and you're like, "Yo, I sound like that."
Bro, you a singer though. You sang right. In the chorus.
No, I play off of, you know, other people. You know, if it seems other people, you know, enjoy it, and I tend to get, you know, more positive feedback than I get negative feedback, and it's something that I enjoy to do. I think it makes it easier for me to kind of put myself out there and do that more on that broad spectrum, or to perform in front of people, even if it is just karaoke drunk in a bar one night, you know, around a bunch of people I'm never gonna see again. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cruise ships are the best though. 3,400 people that you will never, ever see again. It don't matter if it's a hit, if it's a flop.
Oh, so you get like, busy, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Bro, cruise ship famous is a thing. But you know, like I said, it early on, I just realized that was just what I enjoyed to do. I had a really firm support system behind me. Even when I wanted to quit, my parents, my in-laws, my wife, everybody has kind of pushed me back into it. And I could tell a change in myself when I kind of push it to the side and I'm not involved with music or not doing nothing, not singing. You can feel it. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of been my thing. Like I have music is one passion. I have other passions, and it's like if I'm not doing one of those, there is, like you said, there's the energy drop, and it's
you
like
feel off. It's not.
Yeah. You're going through the motions, you're going day to day, you're doing your job, you're working, you're paying your bills, you're supporting your family, but then it's like there's something missing in you, right? Even this podcast has done something for me in these 5-6 months, meeting people, talking about business, talking about being inspired, being motivational, and just putting out content. Like this is what we do when we do this podcast. We record, we put it out, we're putting out content, we're talking to the world. You know what I'm saying? We're sharing ourselves. This is something for me, you know what I'm saying? So now, since I've been doing this, now I'm getting the music bug is coming back biting me in the ass. You know what I mean? And now it's just one of those things. Like if you're not doing something that makes you happy creatively or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be those zombie people that just go throughout their day fucking working.
Live to work. And that's the hard
thing. Plant all seeds and don't forget to water your plant the seeds.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's so many people. I know people that are talented in whatever respective, thing that they enjoy doing, but they don't do it. And as you could tell, like, they're just going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad to watch, but it's dope to find your thing and then to have the courage to fucking do it. Whether, you're doing it for yourself or you're doing it for other people to share, like Nike, just fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I may get back into music. You know what I'm saying? I may start writing again. I don't know. Start putting some shit out.
What kind of music would you make? You making pop music? You making techno? You making DJ music? You making game stuff? Auto music? What up?
I'm all over the place. That's another thing too, bro. So like when I made music with my peoples, I rap. So like if I could find, I got it all.
I know you got it. I haven't seen it.
I got hard drives and shit. We got videos up. You probably never even seen King.
Nah.
You never seen me. There's a video on YouTube of me rapping.
Oh God, we gotta find that.
front and center on a rooftop, man.
I mean, I could put it on. I mean, I don't know. It could be something we could watch now, but it's no. So I like all types. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I were to get back in, to be honest, I don't know what I would try to focus on. I'm the type. I got ADHD. I can't focus. I'll be over here, then I'll try to write, pop, or write something for my wife. Like she wants me to write for her, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try. I could try. You know what I'm saying? She sang too. She performed a little bit. So we just over here being creative and not doing anything really. You know what I'm saying? Not.
Speaking of so that's a question I had too, right? So speaking of writing for other people, right? Have you ever thought about making content for like businesses, right? I remember the Jamie Foxx show back in the day. He was doing the jingles.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
in his comedy show, yeah.
Right, so he wasn't really like the conventional, jingle writer, but like I said, he could sing and he was creative. So, put a little juice on it, and it was like, man, that shit fine. And so,
it's funny.
You ever thought about doing something like that?
Are you asking me or Marcus?
Either one of you guys, right?
I mean, it's definitely something I thought about. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a finished product, and it's a challenge. It puts a new opportunity, something new to try, and something like that. That's something. And when I say small, I don't mean small in the grand scheme of its impactfulness. But a 30-second jingle or a 15-second jingle, something like that is a lot easier to come up with and put together than it is to put out a 2-minute and 30-second song with a chorus, 3 verses, whatever it is.
Right.
So it's a stepping stone. It's something to get your feet wet, and I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it at all.
Yeah, and jingles could sell. I mean, if you sell a jingle or something, you can still get money. And it's funny you bring up Jamie Foxx because when he had his comedy show right back in the day, and in the comedy show he was a jingle writer. That's because he wanted to be a singer and a musician. But his management at the time was like, nah, you just stick to comedy, stick to acting. And they kind of stunted him.
Put him in the box.
Yeah, they stunted him. So it's funny when you talk back about Jamie Foxx during that time because he was doing his show. And in his show, he was a singer and a writer.
He was going to let us know he could sing.
He was even singing jingles in the show. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things, like just do it. Like whatever your passion is, you know what I'm saying? Just don't let nobody or even yourself stop you. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. So
take every opportunity that gets put in front of you, man. If it's something that you're interested in, man, don't turn it down because you never know where it's going to lead you, what that could be a stepping stone, or that may be your thing. You may try it and say, you know what, like let me try this jingle. And that may be it. Like, I enjoyed it. I loved it. Let me find the next jingle to write. Let me be the Kellogg's commercial. Let me be the, the whatever it is, the State Farm jingle that plays for 20 years.
Push the T in the ba-da-ba-ba-ba and then the Arby's. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Who would have thought?
Exactly.
There's
two of the hardest jingles out there.
Yeah, there's music in jingles, there's music in tones and all that stuff. The dude, remember back in the day, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? There was like a tone. It was like, I forget it. Did y'all watch Dum Dum, or there was like a tone? Yeah. Apparently, the guy who made that, he didn't work for the network. I guess they licensed it from somebody. Whoever made that little tone thing or whatever became a millionaire off of that just because they used it on the fucking show.
Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? So there's money in it. There's licensing. There's all type of ways. The business side of it is there if you're pursuing it. If you're creative and artistic and you want to pursue it for money to sustain yourself, it's fucking there. To be honest, like you just have to do it.
You just gotta reach out and grab it, man.
And that sound like a whole lot of goddamn just make the shit. Make it. Just make it, and then it may work. It may not work. Put it out, right? Because I'm sure he didn't think would be it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. God, that's the one.
Yeah.
Right, but you got to shoot your shot because you never know what they're looking for at all. You never know what they're looking for. Most people don't know what they're looking for until they hear or see what it is. Right. So, like you said, something that small. To
change
you
life.
May say, well, I'm never going to put that out. I'm not going to submit it because it's just three little notes.
Right.
But somebody heard that and look where it's taken.
Yeah.
Taken off and what that has become because that is what they were looking for. That caught their ear, whether you liked it or not.
Facts. Do you have a platform where you submit or upload stuff for people to check out your work, like SoundCloud, or I don't even know if Reverb Nation is still a thing.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I use a program called Amuse, but that uploads, my beats and things to Spotify, Apple, Deezer, Tidal, Pandora. I mean, like 200 plus, platforms there, and then BeatStars, BeatStars.com.
All right, so you said the first one was Amuse, and then
Amuse. And you get paid royalties off of that too through Amuse. So just upload my beats. I think I hit like 82,000 streams, all time, but 82,000 streams on the tracks that I put out.
That's dope.
Which is pretty cool. I'm waiting on that 100,000 so I can get that plaque to put up on the wall behind me.
That's dope. That's dope.
But 82,000.
You're on the way then.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there. Now, granted, this has been since 2017, so it's taken some time. It's definitely not overnight, but it's out there. I'm sitting right now at around, I think, 213 monthly listeners or something like that who've actually saved my music to playlists, and that plays in their everyday shuffle, which is pretty cool.
This is dope. This is inspiring. This is a conversation I need. We need to keep having conversations like
definitely
this.
Different,
yeah.
And never thought about just like that. Go ahead.
And then BeatStars. BeatStars is another one. That's you can upload your beats and stuff. It's a marketplace where people can go and listen in and purchase, search by region or state, to find local people. But it is very collaborative in nature too. So you've got vocalists, you've got people who play an instrument, you've got your beat makers and producers, and you can actually collab within the app. If I wanted to pull up my phone at work on lunch break in the car and throw in some headphones to a beat, I can record right into BeatStars there and submit that right back to the artist who made the beat.
Wow.
And we can actually link up through the app, become friends, work, bounce ideas and things off of each other. So that's another good platform to put yourself out there.
They didn't have that back when I was doing it. I mean, they might have, but I just been so out of the loop. It's not even funny.
I mean, I tell people all the time, man. This is definitely one of the greatest times to ever be alive, dog. Like, there's nothing you can't do right now.
Yeah, the opportunities are out there, bro. Like, the doors are now knocking on you. You don't even knock on the doors; they're all there.
And it's like, please come this way.
Yeah, if you built it, they will come. Yeah, let's talk about that. You said so. You're not really focused on a business now. You're in the building stage of creativity and building a catalog. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Just building a repertoire, like you had mentioned. Getting to know people, making those contacts, and trying to make something happen there. I think that those contacts are what is the most inspiring. Finding someone else when you kind of don't know what to do or where to go with something. Having somebody else just to bounce and play those ideas off of and stuff, and just building right now. But I do have some things in the works. I've never written for myself, so that is something that I have started dabbling in.
Dope.
And there may be some tracks coming out sometime in the future.
Okay. Would you say being in the chorus and having that connect through the Voices of Fire, like, has that made any connections for you, or is that just you don't? I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Like, are there people pursuing you through those avenues?
There definitely have been. I think the biggest part of that, or the biggest thing that I took from that, is the family that we all kind of became. So I mean, even outside of looking at that from a business perspective or something to kind of launch me, I've got another full support system where everybody is just as into the music as I am.
That's dope.
You can talk and have those conversations and relate on the same level with people. Right. And I've definitely made some contacts and have been introduced to some other opportunities that otherwise I probably would never have come in.
Community is major, yeah.
Absolutely. Like I said, man, music is big. It's a universal language, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's not going nowhere either.
Oh, absolutely not.
Rick Ross, what did Rick Ross blow up in his 40s? Or late 30s or something? Like,
Yeah, about 36ish. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's about what? No, I mean I'm 37.
It's still late though. You know
It's
what I
still
mean?
time for me, right? You know what I'm saying?
Like, because most people are 37, 38, ready to hang up everything.
Ready to throw it in and go back to that conventional, work the job, make the paycheck, put it into the 401k, and retire. Hopefully,
ride the rest of the wave. Yeah. So
the thing is, it doesn't matter. Yeah, to be honest, it don't even matter if you're 50s, 60s. It doesn't matter the age. Like, we all have short lives, right? You gotta just do what you want, do what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people, I know so many people that, like I said, they're not following their dreams. They just working their job. You know, I got family members I watch, and I'm just like, this is not what you wanted. But, you know, you don't want to be judgy or whatever, but you can see the soul isn't there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Everybody's growing.
Then to the people who don't even have a dream, right? I can't even get one of them. Right. I mean, so some people got one and they ain't fulfilling it. Some people out there chasing it. I can't even get one.
I think everybody's got a dream. I think everyone's got it. I think that people are afraid to chase that dream or afraid to speak that dream into existence. Everybody got something that they love. And it may not be the norm. It may be something completely off the wall that your group of people, your friends, your family, you know that they're not going to see it the same way you do. So you hide it, you sweep it under the rug, and you tell yourself it's not a thing.
Or
you tell yourself that, you know, like I can't do this. But you have to be true to you. And I think that if you are, you could tell me right now, you know, at least 2 or 3 things that make you happy. If you could do that every day, no matter what it is, even if it's just running through the field or through the rain and dancing, whatever it is, everybody got something that they're passionate about, dream that this would make me, nothing could make me happier than to be able to enjoy this or to do this on a daily basis or whenever I get time. It's there. It's just uncovering that and being able to confess to yourself, like, this is it. Like,
you know how to uncover that? Because I'm sure there's people watching this and say, man,
how do we figure that shit out?
I ain't got one. I don't know. I've been asking, I've been praying, I've been looking at other people trying to borrow somebody else's juice. You know what I mean? Like, tell me how.
I mean, I think you just know it when you feel it. I mean, and you have to be present in the moment. You know, like, just like you going out and listening to a track on the radio. You know, like, everybody has had that moment seeing somebody do something where you're like, yo, that is so cool. Like, I don't know how to do that, or how you know, da-da-da-da, or that's too big for me. I could never get into that, but that's really cool. Right. But I mean, you have to be honest with yourself and realize that in the moment that, like, that really makes me happy. Like, that's cool. I really enjoy that.
There's also there's also like fear of failure too. Like, some people feel like they might look at, like, let's put it out there, acting. Like, somebody want to be an actor or an actress, and they be like, yo, I would love to be in plays or to be in movies or to act, right? But then they have that fear like of auditioning. Oh, that in order to do this, I gotta go put myself out there and audition for something. And what if I fail? So then you got that fear that paralyzes you, and then you never even try. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that fear. A lot of people have that. You know what I'm saying? I have that with plenty of things. I'm sure. So when you saw the audition for Voices of Fire, what was your initial thoughts? Were you like, yo, I'm gonna kill this shit, I'm gonna audition, I'm gonna kill this shit, I'm gonna get in? Or were you like, I'm gonna try this, I might fail, maybe I shouldn't? Or did you like ponder it and think about it for a while before you even attempted? Like, walk us through your auditioning process.
Yeah, you know, so I first seen, you know, a couple of little things on Facebook that was like, hey, Pharrell's auditioning for this powerhouse gospel choir, and you know, right here in Hampton Roads, and I looked at it, I was like, yo, that would be really cool. I almost had an opportunity to work with Pharrell back in high school. Things didn't really work out. Like, this would be really cool. Yeah. But I'm not going to do it because I know that there is a talent pool out here that would blow me away. Like,
so you already start that negative talk already to yourself.
Immediately. Yeah, like, nah, so I told myself, no, like, I'm not going to do it. Well, time went by, my mother-in-law comes to me. Hey, I sent you this post on Facebook. Hey, you should go and do this, you know, da-da-da-da. My father-in-law comes to me about the same thing. Hey, you got to do this. And so for weeks, as that audition period sat there, I kept hearing, hey, you got to do this. Did you put in your audition yet? What are you going to sing? And eventually, I talked myself into it. I literally submitted my audition tape the last day that they were taking in submissions.
Wow.
I was at work. Had just finished up my shift, about to leave home. I was managing properties at the time, so I was in one of my apartments. I propped my phone up in the freezer. I said my little thing. I filmed it in one take, just off the top of my head, and I said I'm not even going to watch it, because if I watch it, I'm not going to submit it. I filmed it and I submitted it, and at the time, I kept telling myself, well, at least my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my wife, everybody who's been pushing me, at least I could say I put it out there, that I tried, that I did it. And I never expected a phone call or an email or nothing from it. Right. I didn't watch that video for like 2 or 3 days to even see what it sounded like that I submitted. But in my head, my friends, my family, everybody's going to be at least proud, happy, and excited that I tried, that I submitted something, that I put myself out there for the opportunity. And then getting that call and showing up to in-person auditions, even crazier. Showing up to a line wrapped around the building with film cameras and everything. And at that point, we didn't even know it was Netflix. We didn't even know Netflix was involved. It was just an audition for this choir.
Right.
You know, so coming in, I'm sitting down in the hallway with my number on my chest. I'm hearing all these other vocalists down the hall from the room.
Amazing stuff too, I'm sure.
Bro, I'm sweating bullets. My posture dropped. I'm nauseous. Like, yo, like I can't
throw up.
The whole time debating, like, yo, like I'm gonna get up and say I'm going to the restroom and I'm dipping. I'm just gonna get in my car and I'm gonna go.
And there's probably a million people did it too.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. And then they call your name and you're like, well, this is it. I already put myself out there and I made it this far.
Whew.
What's the worst that can happen?
Right. They're just gonna run up on you and beat you up or something, right?
Yeah, you know, but the worst that can happen is, you know, hey, look, thanks for coming, man. You're not quite what we're looking for, but that's cool. I can say I tried it. I put myself out there. I made it this far. I did something. And when I got the phone call telling me I was part of the whole kit and caboodle, like it blew my mind. I flipped out. Like, I mean, I was sprawled out laying in the grass in my in-laws' backyard. Like,
so
what?
Wow. So at what point did you realize Netflix was involved? Like, was it towards the after you sang at the Chrysler Hall, and then you realized it was going to be put together in a 6-episode series, or was it?
We knew well before then. Like through the audition process, like as they were, you know, kind of narrowing down from that 5,000 number to a 3,000 number, down to the 1,000 number, down to so on and so forth. It did finally come out that, hey, you know, we told you that this was going to be something big. And this is what it is. This is going to be part of a Netflix series, you know, forming this choir. We're going to change the world and change lives, inspire people with stories and the gospel. Nice. So that did kind of come out through the tail end of the auditions that were there before the actual shaking the tree and the cuts of individuals, you know, to kind of narrow it down. So we knew well before.
Okay, so when you heard that, did the nerves go crazy again? Like, oh shit, this is bigger than I thought.
Bouncing off the walls, off the walls, man.
Was it higher then or before?
Probably then, for sure. Because now what I was thinking was, okay, well, this is going to be this, you know, this cool choir. We're doing this for, you know, his uncle's church right here in Hampton Roads. In my mind, all right, well, the people who show up to the church, you know, they're going to see this or hear about it or be a part of it. But then when you find out Netflix is involved and these cameras that are following you around, like this is a global thing. People all over the world are not only going to be able to see the audition process, but they're going to be able to see into your life in every aspect of this from start to finish. And not just once. It's not, let me show up to the concert. If you didn't come to the concert, you missed it. It's on Netflix now. If you want to go and hit the play button, it's there.
I tell you, Netflix. when I watched that last episode, right, and they open in the show and Marcus is coming out, and this, I'm like I said, I was nervous for you. I'm sitting there like, yo, I feel like I'm up there with him, standing next to his ass, and he's about to sing in front of all these people, and I'm like, what the fuck? It was crazy. It was dope, but you killed it. You know what I'm saying? The courage.
Well, what you didn't see.
Oh, okay, what's that?
Is before we came out, they delayed the show a good 25 minutes because of me and my nerves. My stomach, butterflies and stuff. Backstage, while everyone else is lined up to go take their position, I'm huddled up in the corner, hunched over. I can look out through the crack in the curtain, and I can see my wife and my friends and 1,500 other people backed up there. The cameras are all swarmed around. I was like, yo, like I gotta use the bathroom. Like I gotta go. Like we can't do this right now. And eventually they were like, yo, like it's go time.
Right.
And that was like the look, it's now or never. Like I can't back out now. I can't step away from this.
Yeah.
I made it this far. There's a reason they asked me. Like I had to coach and motivate myself.
Yo,
my mouth was dry. Walking out onto that stage, I mean everything. Like
I bet you. It's a fight or flight thing. When you're nervous like that, it's fight or flight. It's like you want to run away from the situation, or like if you're going through it, you want to get a fight through it. But yeah, I could feel it, bro. I felt you, bro. That shit was crazy. I could tell you was nervous, but you killed that shit.
Through it, though.
You did. And
I lost my voice. I mean, you've seen the show too. Like I said, I lost my voice days before that.
Yeah.
You know, down in the practice rooms trying to get notes out before we even went on stage, and the voice was not there at all. So, I mean, that on top of everything else with the cameras, I mean, I was like, well, here it goes. Like, I'm either going to go out there and make this happen, or I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make a fool out of myself. But either way, I'm going out there. Like, I'm going out there. I got to.
You got a testimony here, you know what I'm saying? Like, nerves, anxiety, and fear that haunts a lot of people. It helps.
Can't hold you back.
Yeah. It stops a lot of people from doing a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? And then that's one of those things you just got to fight through it. You know, you become better for it. You become better for fighting through the fear. And, you know, it helps you because then you look back and like, yo, that wasn't even that crazy.
Like that wasn't that bad. Yeah. Like
I was just singing. I love singing.
As soon as I got out there, opened my mouth, it was like, all right, cool. Like I'm at home. Like we got through the hardest part of this, which was stepping out, opening my mouth to be the first person out there. But once that was done, like I had the time of my life on that stage with my family, behind me, with me, beside me singing, with my family in front of me that I'm singing to. It was just right at home. You know, dope. Like I would have kicked myself in the ass for the rest of my life.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Like, oh yes.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And in the grand scheme, over something so small, you know, just getting out there and telling people about me. Who knows me and my story better than me?
Right.
You know, and so yeah, like you said, once I got over it, it was.
You took the lead.
Yeah.
You and me both. Now you just got to go check out the show.
Yeah. So what advice would you have for somebody who is stunting themselves due to fear, anxiety, nervousness, or just fear of failure, or they have a dream, they know that they may be talented, or they know that they may be good at something, right? And they want to try, they want to put themselves out there, but they're scared to. Like, what is some words of wisdom from Rich Native Beats, Marcus Richardson, that can help somebody who's watching this get over some anxiety?
I mean, honestly, I'd say baby steps. You know, set small goals, set little things that, hey, like, you know, I want to do this. This is where I want to be. You know, like how do I put myself out there? Take baby steps, even if it's you know, getting in front of the mirror and talking or singing your song, recording something for you to look back and visualize and see. You know, talking to friends or family, you know, your biggest support system, somebody that's gonna, you know, keep things real with you. Right. You know, start on a small scale. You know, none of it is easy. Every step is gonna be a challenge. But I mean, that's everything in life. You know, you didn't know how to walk when you were born, you know, but now, like you said, you're lacing up your Timbs and running through the city.
Right. We're gonna shoot New York Undercover intro.
Exactly. Everything in life is a challenge, and you've got to look at it like that. You know, how do I overcome that challenge? What am I going to do to make that happen? And just be you. At the end of the day, whether you're good, you're talented at what you do, or just love, you know, something and want to do something, you know, you have to go for it. You know, you get 80 to 100 years, you know, tops on the earth. Yeah. You know, and that's it. Crazy. Life is way too short to to not do what you want to do, to not have some kind of enjoyment in life. So just be free, be you, and you know, the haters are gonna hate no matter what.
That's
your
true.
top artists, your biggest names that are out there, your clothing brands, there's always going to be somebody that is not their thing.
Right.
Or the trolls that are out there, but you just have to see through it and say, you know what, I enjoy this. Right. This is me. Like it, love it, or leave it, but this is me.
That's a message. And the haters and trolls, like they only do act like that because they can't. They're scared themselves. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to tear somebody down that's doing something because they can't do it. They don't want to try. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I gotta say about that. But that's a good message. Definitely dope message.
And no better than that. That's a gem for the folks, man. Get out your own way, man. Goddamn.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Don't let yourself hold yourself back for being great.
That's fact.
Dope. But this is a good one. Thank you so much. Go follow Marcus Richardson on Instagram. Do you have anything you want to promote? Website, other socials?
I did.
Marcus Richardson Music on Instagram. That's probably the biggest thing. Rich Native Beats on any of your music streaming platforms. I got some things up there now. A lot more to come here in the future.
Dope. And we definitely gonna be working together, bro. I'm gonna get with you. I told you.
Absolutely. The computer's back up and running, man. We're back in business now.
If you see me drop some heat, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be because of Mr. Richardson here.
And my app need a score, man. So what's up?
Oh yeah, Cuddy app. Get you
go to
Cuddy app. I'm getting somebody come through do my beard. You know what I'm saying? I be trying. I mean, sometimes it don't. I can't do both. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I do the best I can, but.
I mean, and I'm gonna need some help too. Like I keep it professional up top, but if you look at the bottom there, bro, I need some work, man.
I feel you, bro.
There you go. Download the Cuddy app. Get somebody come through, trim up your beard. But this is up. This is a dope show, man. We appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely.
Definitely gonna keep checking you out. We're gonna have you again for sure. We gonna get together. We gonna do some music. I don't know when it's gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? You may be the one to push me to actually release something. You know what I mean? Because I'll listen to like, I don't want, this is whack. I don't care for it. Even the shit that's online now, the very few things that's up there of me, I cringe.
I'm gonna look for it right now, cuz.
I cringe. Reese will pull that shit up and just like throw it on, and I'm like, turn it off.
I tell you what though, it's good though, like to have stuff like that, man. It's stepping stones.
Yeah.
I got things that I've released in the past, and it's all still up there. Yeah. You know, and then I look at what I'm doing now, and I see where I came from, and part of me wants to go back and get rid of it and delete it and say, look, people don't need to see this stuff when it was amateur hour. Right. You know, like this is what I want to put out, but it lets people see the realness, the truth, who you are, the progression and growth there. Yeah. Let it happen, man. People will love the fact that
let it happen, Frank.
You're so transparent. They grow with you.
You're right.
So
you're right.
We'll make it happen.
Yep. And I lost the login, so I can't delete it if I wanted to. The fucking YouTube got that shit up there. Like, I emailed them. I said, this is mine. I can't log in. They like, if you can't log into it, they ain't touching
it. It's ours.
Exactly.
So I'm going to have to go download them now. Because I got a feeling he'll figure it out.
I'm going to go ahead and blow up YouTube headquarters so that you can't.
I'll do that. No threat.
All right, you're right. No, I ain't going to do that. All right, but thank you so much, sir. We're going to catch you. Follow Marcus Richard Music on Instagram. This is Figuring Shit Out, episode 18, and we out. Are you looking for a media agency that covers all the creative tasks that make a business successful? Lucid Perspective produces elegant, high-resolution graphics and logos, high-definition and 4K video, complete with treatment concepts and innovative editing. Lucid Perspective provides photography services such as fashion, advertisements, product or service, and aerial photography. We also help businesses build their brands from the ground up with complete campaigns that will make your business attractive to your target audience. We can bring your brand to the masses with our effective and strategic marketing campaigns to include sales funnels, eye-catching advertisements, breakthrough digital marketing through social media, and other digital avenues. Visit lucidperspective.com today.